Basically, my whole knowledge of motorsport racing is zero, more or less. I've done little bits. I've rode motorbikes and raced on tracks and done Western beach racing, stuff like that, but actually in a car with four wheels, it is very, very low. Fortunately for me, I've been going fast all my life. I've been racing downhill mountain bikes, so hopefully I don't feel too out of place in this car. The main aim of today is to get me comfortable in the car and get me in the car, just checking everything out, looking, getting in and out. I've heard that the pit stops are a pretty crucial part of the race. And we're going to go out on track and do a bit of drifting on the wet track, which I really like the sound of that. And then they're going to take me on the dry track and just sort of get me used to. And I think it's actually a little ploy for them to see how good I am in a car, really. Wet track was super fun. Hard to get your head around at first. There was quite a few donuts and spin outs. Once the car actually goes sideways, you've got to know what to do to be able to save it, to bring it back straight, and realise what the throttle's doing. You can actually steer the car using the throttle. Once I got the feeling for it and was a lot smoother on the throttle and just little bits of steering in there, it was such an awesome feeling to have the back end out and be able to do like laps of that. Really cool. Just doing that little bit in the car then has actually started making me feel a little bit nervous, because they're saying, like, you've got to be as quick as possible to get in for the pits, in and out. And obviously being a taller guy and a big helmet on, it suddenly all cramps it in a little bit, and you've got to get your leg out, your leg in and under the steering wheel. It's all those fractions of a second. He's piling the pressure on me to make sure I get it right. The dry track, I think, was my favourite thing. I like to be able to sort of learn a course. That's what I do in downhill mountain biking. I learn the track and know exactly where I'm going on every run. Once I'd done a few laps of the dry track, I started to push to the corners a little bit and get a little bit smoother and carry a little bit more speed. And carrying speed in a Fun Cup car is a major thing. So for me, that's quite good, because that's what I have to do on a mountain bike and on a racetrack. I try and carry as much speed as I can so I'm not braking too much, and it felt absolutely awesome to be able to use the power of this car to get around there. Just being able to come here today and get used to driving a car with that and talk to Ellis about it, they've kind of reassured me that I'll be okay next week at Donington. Massively looking forward to it. Today's just made me even more excited.